So we're going to start here. We're doing the scaps. We've done neck, shoulders, the scaps. The scaps are your scapula. They provide a ton of motion here, but are often stuck and glued to the rib cage. They articulate with the rib cage. So here are your ribs, and your scap sits like this. It should be able to move all over the place. A lot of people it doesn't, or it's coupled with the shoulder and the neck, which is exactly where you're having issues. So when we talk about the scap, keep those elbows as straight as you can. All right, and you can do these from all different types of situations and positions. So you can do them with your arms straight down, elbows locked. You can do them with your arms in front. You can do them with your arms overhead, really tough. Arms straight out. So play with that position stuff. So you can do these from a ton of different positions, all offer a lot of good benefit. You might find some are really difficult. Those are ones I would spend more time on. So from the side, we're going to go through, there's 4 planes of motion. You have elevation, you have protraction, which is pulling forward, you have depression, pulling them down, and retraction, which is pulling back and pinching your shoulder blades together. We're going to smooth out those 4 ranges of motion, those 4 planes, in a circle, just like we did with the shoulder and the neck. So I'm going to come up, and you can start however you want, but I always start with elevation, protraction, depression, retraction, elevation, protraction, depression, retraction, and elevation. You can reverse, do the exact same thing, the opposite direction. A couple things to look for. Make sure you're not extending and flexing your spine. So no extension, no flexion. Keep those elbows straight and keep your fists clenched. I think that helps a lot. You certainly don't have to make a fist, but if you want to put 2 tennis balls there, squeeze those tight, or like 2 grippers where you have to keep them tight or else they'll come undone. That's not a bad thing. 2 weights, like 2 small weights that'll give you something to grab. Not a bad idea either. But the goal is to minimize how much your elbows, so when you come up, how much your elbows move. So when you come up into elevation, you'll notice your elbows want to bend. When you come into retraction, you'll notice they want to bend. Pretty much every plane. The goal is, however, like I said, to make sure it's only in the scaps. You don't want to feel your head coming forward and back. Also, at the same time, when you're doing this, you can do 2 or 1. 1 is, I think, a little bit more challenging because you're going to want to rotate as you go into retraction. You're going to want to rotate as you go into protraction. That's a little bit more challenging for me, I think. Also, try and keep your hands at your side. So when you're here, when you come into protraction, try not to let them come forward. When you come into retraction, try not to let them come back. Just a couple little challenges for you. Find the scaps as often as you can. If you're sitting a lot during the day, chances are scaps are just getting stuck. All that fascia is getting all lit up and glued to your rib cage. Try and unglue that as much as you can. Just like the shoulders and the neck, I would run through these 3 to 5 times during the day. The more the better. And take your time. Go slow. A lot of times speed hides need, which just means it's very easy to do these fast, but to actually slow down and paint the corners is much more challenging. So I would do that.